Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com. I've made a new pick a card read for you. This one's about your love life and it's a full Celtic Cross tarot spread for you. Let's find out what you guys want you to know about your whole life, really. Some of these are about your whole life and how it pertains to your love life as well and the lessons that you've been going through all along. So pretty far-ranging reading, this one. I've made 3 readings here. It's a timeless reading. Whenever you get into this video, it's good to go. You've been drawn to it for a reason. Each one of these readings has got a deeper dive to it. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of these readings, I'll be popping a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. And that's where you can find your timestamps to fast forward to your reading as well. So all you need to do now is take your pick. Which one would you like? Would you like the crystal? The crystal is out with the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is from the Lightseers deck. Would you like the flower? The flower is out with the 4 of Emotions, and that's from the Muse Tarot. Or would you like the shell? The shell is out with the Devil card from the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So take your pick now, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new. Leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into a prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in the deeper dives as well, the extended readings that go with this. If you purchase that, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw as well. So 2 chances to win with this video. Now I make a Today's Tarot every single day of the year, and I go live 3 times a week in my Psychic Cafe show as well, where I give 1-question readings in there. Now you can book in for one of those 1-question readings if you've got more questions after you've watched this video. You can book yourself in for one of those. There's a link in the description box below and also up there too. And I do all the pre-book readings right at the start of the next live show, then send you the link to the replay. You don't need to be able to make the live show in order to get one of those 1-question readings. I wanted to make them available to everybody. Now I also offer private readings as well from my website, BeHealing.com. Find a link for that in the description box below and also up there too. Get those out within 48 hours if you're ordering them, often within 24 hours if you're ordering them too. So I like to stay up to date with those and only make available as many as I can do each day. So what else? I do 3 of these love pick a card reads a week as well. Let me know what you want the next ones to be about in the comments below. Well, take your pick now. Crystal, flower or shell. I'll see you in your reading. So if you chose the crystal along with the Lightseers Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross tarot spread for your love life and see what's going on. See what you guys want to tell you about perhaps the deeper things that are going on within your love life at the moment. Now, as usual, crystals, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, towards the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So getting straight into your reading, what's this all about? It's about the King of Wands. So this is a character in your life. King of Wands, a go-getter kind of a person. They know what they want. They could be very passionate as well. Could be very good-looking too. Very charismatic. You could feel a lot for this person as well. They are going to be pretty sexy, this one. And the 5 of Pentacles, being left out by them. Okay, so this is someone who's perhaps disengaged from you or left you out in some kind of a way. You might have wanted to persist with this person, but it feels like they've pulled away. 5 of Pentacles says that you feel like you're missing out here. Yeah, could be quite down about this as well. So you could have had high hopes about this person, this King of Wands character. And they've pulled away. I wonder what's going on here. Let's find out. So, what's crossing you in this? What is hindering you in this connection? The 9 of Wands. Okay, you're healing. So you're coming toward the end of a healing process. Now, what do I know about healing processes? A lot, because I've had to heal a lot in myself, and I've had this business for a long time, helping other people heal as well. And there tends to be a normal progression in healing from the start of it, when we realize that there's something wrong, to facing that and then to delving deep in all of that. And the progression goes along, and we have to kind of soothe ourselves at the beginning to even go there, and then start learning the lesson from it. And there's inquiry in there too. Anyway, toward the end of the process, which is what the 9 of Wands is about, tends to become an empowerment stage where we perhaps decide to choose differently or to have boundaries or something like that. There's an empowerment stage right at the end before that lesson is tied up. So it's got something to do with that. Right, so let's get deeper into this. How do things appear on the surface? So how's it looking on the surface? Just surface levels, not getting into the depths of things. The Emperor, like they were the Divine Masculine. Okay, so it looks like they're your Divine Masculine. Let's see if that's really true. What is behind that? So I think you had really high hopes for this one. What's really behind that, though? So with Divine Masculine, if you think someone's your Divine Masculine, then you could feel like you've got a very strong connection with them. There could have been a lot of alignment between you, like a lot in common, that kind of thing. What's behind that? Four of Swords, healing, again, healing. So, okay, all your cards are about healing, and their cards is like King of Wands, the Emperor. Four of Swords is the start of a healing process. It's got something to do with Divine Masculineness. Now, often with people, a lot of people that have been talking about Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flames energies, there's been a lot of negative energy out there. Now, from what my guides have told me, for many years they never talked about twin flames, and I thought that they weren't real because as a result of it, because if they were real, why hadn't my guides been talking about them? I've been doing this for a long time, right? You think it would come up in the thousands and thousands of people that I've read for. You think twin flames would come up if it was a real thing. Anyway, imagine my surprise. So I just thought, it's just people describing toxic relationships. I don't see what's so special about that. Then a few years ago, my guides started talking about twin flames. Imagine my surprise. But the way that my guides were talking about it was that it's a Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, meaning very, very high energy. So people have worked on themselves, done a lot of work on themselves, and those two coming together. So not the toxic stuff, the push-pull, all of that kind of stuff. Not that's dysfunctional relationship. But those of us working on ourselves, coming together and having a job to do together, and it's like, okay, so they do exist, huh? But here's the thing with the Emperor. Because there's been so much of the other stuff out there about twin flames, the dysfunctional relationship stuff, it's really toxic because it's had people believing that like toxic traits mean that it's your Divine Masculine, it's your twin flame. Imagine how destructive that is. That's like going counter to your guidance system. It's like, oh, there's this push-pull, and instead of telling yourself, oh, that's dysfunctional, I should say no to that and move on, people have been going, no, this means it's my Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. And it's like, how messed up is that? Having some kind of a teaching that something that is actually negative is positive and you should carry on with it. So that might be the case for you if you have believed in that kind of a stuff. It sets you off because the Four of Swords is the start of a new healing journey. Like, you need to heal from that too. So you're coming to the end of a healing journey in yourself, getting to the empowerment stage, but then needing to start another healing journey off. So it's almost like you've picked up baggage from this one now. It's like a lesson within a lesson. So in order to learn something, you brought this one into your life, but then there's some, and you've learned something through them, but then there's some fallout from that, some baggage from that, and then you need to heal from that. It's like a lesson within a lesson. Complicated. Okay, so recent past energies. What have you been going through? What have you been going through? Nine of Cups, getting your wishes fulfilled. So that's in your recent past. You're getting your wishes fulfilled. So very happy, feeling like, this is good. This seemed to be right. I was picking that up, that you thought that the Divine Masculine, because got a lot in common. Things were looking really good. I mean, that tends to be at the start of a relationship, doesn't it? Where we just see the best things, because we're vibrational beings and we want to see what the connection that we've got with people. We don't want to see the differences at first, but then the differences come out, right? Later on. So, and what have you got coming in the near future? You got the Knight of Wands and the Five of Wands, reaching high. This is somebody new. Knight of Wands, someone you're passionate about, and it's reaching higher this time. Five of Wands, it's, someone even better than this one. Which I don't know. I don't think that would be hard to do, really. Because I'm not picking up great things from that King of Wands energy. Sure, it might be good looking, charismatic and all of that kind of thing. But, I mean, if someone's not treating you right, if they're leaving you out, that's not a good thing. That does not make a good relationship, right? It needs to be someone that's caring and, you know, who wants to make an effort. That's the fundamentals of a relationship. And then the other stuff on top of that. Okay, so this reading is about the King of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. You feeling left out from this King of Wands, left behind, that kind of thing. Ignored, perhaps. Some of them might have ghosted you, in fact. What else is this reading about? It's about the moon, the unknown. It's about the Eight of Swords. It's about you breaking free of beliefs that you've got. The Eight of Swords is always about beliefs, thoughts that we have that have us trapped, have us, you know, it's like an incorrect belief that we need to reframe, we need to look at again. We need to ask ourselves, is it even true? That part of the healing journey that's about inquiry is like, well, what is what I'm believing even true in the first place? It can be very refreshing to do that, to really get back. Because if we are, you've got a healing path within a healing path here. And that's what's making it complicated for you. And so one healing path will have you be believing that a certain thing is true. But there comes a point where we've just got to take it back. And it's like, what assumptions am I making? You know, we see this in science as well. I'm really into health and fitness, and I see it so much in the sciences. There's a load of assumptions made. It's like, oh, this is this thing, eat this thing, and it's bad for you because of this. And it's like, oh, you've made about 10 assumptions there. And I think we all do that too. I think it's part of the human condition to make a lot of assumptions that it's just like, well, that goes without saying that that's true. But it doesn't. That's the thing. It doesn't go without saying that that's true. So Three of Swords is a heartbreak here as well. So you're breaking your heart through belief that you've got. You need to let go of that belief and get into the unknown again. So it could be that you think that you know that this one is your divine masculine, where I'm really picking up that it isn't. It isn't. This is from a toxic kind of a belief. The Fool. It's about starting again. So it's like you've got to break free of a belief so that you can start again. The Fool, and take a risk and start again. Now, sometimes we are so wed to our beliefs. It's almost like we don't want to let them go because we held on to them for so long and we want to be right. It's the ego that wants to be right. Rather than go, oh, well, okay, perhaps I was wrong, which takes a lot of humility, right? Here's the thing. This is what I'm getting. It's not that you were wrong. There's a healing within a healing here. There is a lesson within a lesson. So it's like one lesson that you were getting, you needed to believe that certain set of things, and then, but now you've done that lesson within the lesson. You're on a bigger path now and a bigger lesson. You've got to forget those beliefs and go to like ground zero again. It's like you had a side story for a while in a bigger path. I think that you started on a path perhaps to healthy relationship a while ago. You set an intention, you're on the path, and then the universe goes, oh, yeah, but she needs this little lesson on the way. So you did a little detour, had a little lesson around this one, and perhaps you're feeling like it's a bigger lesson. And then you're back on track with the bigger lesson that might feel like the smaller lesson. So think 10 years ago, where you were headed, what you were goaling, the goals that you're setting for your love life about 10 years ago or something like that. Rather than the more recent ones around this person. Okay, so what are your fears? Oh, wow. So Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles along with the Five of Cups, like disappointment that nobody's reciprocating, right? There's disappointment about that, and there's a lot of pain and anxiety. It's because you're putting it on yourself. Okay. Separating out lessons. This is really tricky. No wonder you're having problems at the moment, because separating out lessons. Right. So we're very complex beings, right? And the lessons that I could give somebody in a personal relationship, I mean, rather than my work, in a personal relationship, the lessons, the particular mix that I've got that could give someone else a lesson does not detract from the good things about me, right? So things that could be taken negatively about me. I'm a very strong woman, right? Very confident in myself too. And so I don't take any BS anymore. And so, yeah, I could dish lessons out to someone very easily, but that doesn't detract from the good sides for that same person from me. Now, just deciphering the difference between them. It's not throwing the baby out with the bathwater is what it is. So someone comes along to give us a lesson, and we might be really focused on the good parts of them, the parts that we're choosing, and kind of negating the lesson. And then you might think there's a lesson about the good bits, and there isn't. The good bits were good. Let me put it another way. As we go along our relationship path, we get more and more clear about what it is that we want in a person, in a relationship, what we want in them, what we're choosing in them. Now, lessons have to come up along the way. And so the universe is going to say, well, this one's more of what she actually wants for a relationship. And this one can give her this lesson, this specific lesson too. So they come along into your life and you go, oh yeah, this is much more, this must be my one, because this is much more of what I want. But then they give you a lesson. And then it's like, what am I doing wrong? But you're looking at the positive things, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just keep going through the lessons until you get the one that is all of it. But not all of it, not like perfect, but once you get through the lessons, once you become whole and ready. So there's an anxiety here that you're getting something wrong to deflect the positive things, and that's not true. That's not true. Your partner should get better and better, but it doesn't mean it's the end of your lessons. Does that make sense? I hope so. I hope I've explained that right. Anyway, what are you hoping for? Two of Cups, your love match, the perfect match. Strength, then it'll be strong in the world. The end of a chapter, start of a new chapter. So it really feels like you should be done with the lessons now, right? It really feels like that. There's been a lot. I know, those of us that are on this path, that's why you're watching me, we've got a lot of inner work to do. You know why? It's because we're taking relationships to the next level. This hasn't been done before. It hasn't been done before. We haven't had, especially women, whole women, expecting way more. We haven't had that before. And men need to raise up to that and navigate who they are within that. This is all new. It's new territory. And so, yes, we've got more lessons than most. Yes, of course we have. And the men that we're involved with, of course. There's a whole load of lessons, because this is evolving relationships past what they've ever been before. And so don't think that you're doing something wrong and taking it all on your shoulders. There's nothing wrong with you that we're getting new lessons now. You're just taking it to the next level. So let's get your outcome cards out. Now, I want to get a full progression of outcome cards because we want the full story, right? But I'm only going to reveal the first one in this reading. The rest of them I'm going to reveal in that extended reading, the deeper dive. In that reading, I'll also be getting cards out from these decks back here as well to get much more information for you. 1, 2. Much more information, guidance for you. Perhaps details about this one or a new one that you got coming into your life. And messages from them, if that applies. What else? Possible timings. And anything else that might come up. 5, and then what? Wow. 6, 7, 8. Interesting. Oh, I like the way this is going for you. You got 8 outcome cards here, and yeah, there is a lot of clarity in this. I think you guys are going to get a lot of clarity about your choices and the way that you progress in relationships, so that you really know where you're at. Anyway, your first card out is 4 of Pentacles. It's holding your energy back. So there is a need to detach from this one. A need to pull your energy back to claim it as your own. It's like, hang on a minute. Remember this 8 of Swords. Hang on a minute. What if the assumptions that I've been making aren't true? Let me just get back to ground zero again and ask the universe again for what it is that I want. Perhaps just let everything go and enter into that unknown energy, the moon energy. It feels like you need like a reset like that, and just go, what if my assumptions aren't real? 4 of Pentacles. I'm going to hold my energy back and just see what's available to me now. If you want to find out what the rest of these are, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. So if that sounds like it is your story or could be a story, if you want to get that, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully. Get that wrong and you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the crystal on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw too. So good luck. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the flower along with the Muse Tarot, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross spread for your love life. See what's going on, what's not going on. Now, as usual, flowers, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. If you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, I'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So, flowers, please, what's going on for flowers? Got 4 cards out. This reading is about 4 things, apparently. Okay. 4 of emotions. 4 of emotions is when you're disappointed with what's showing up in your life and you want something much better. So you're waiting for that special one to come in. 2 of voices is like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And then you've got star, very hopeful for healing. But it's not. It's more like rest and relaxation, but it really is healing. Okay, so you're kind of wishing for healing or wishing for a rest here, but it's actually healing. 4 of emotions, disappointed with the offers that you're getting, who you're seeing around you, but you don't know how to change that, right? So, okay. It's confusing. It's complicated, this one. They're really making me work for it today. The kinds. Okay, so there's this feeling like I don't like what's on the offers that are on the table. I seem to keep on being dating or meeting the ones that aren't offering what it is that I want. I'm waiting for that special one to come in. I don't know how to make that happen. I just need to relax. I just wish it would happen for me. I want to be taken care of and relax. That's what it is. Okay, so what is hindering you? Let's find out what's hindering you. The world. 2 of emotions. The world can be travel. It is. I mean, this is saying that your love match, the 2 of emotions, the one that's right for you, isn't in the same place as you at the moment. Physically, they're not in the same country or whatever. So you're looking for the one that's right for you and they're not showing up. It's because they're not in your vicinity yet. Okay. So how do things appear in your love life on the face of it? Flowers. Flowers love life. How does it appear on the face of it? Chariot pulled in 2 directions. Ace of materials. Ace of materials is about planting seeds for the long term. So you're confused about decisions to make at the moment. And you know what you should do, like should you make changes? So with me just saying that your person isn't where you are right now, you're probably asking even more questions then. So where shall I go to then? Should I be somewhere else? Your love path isn't to bend over backwards to try and find your person. That's not what we do. What we do is we live our best life. We plant those seeds. We love ourselves. We follow our own bliss, the things that we want to do, the places we want to be. And then our paths collide. It's not about trying to guess like, well, I wonder what they do. I wonder what they like. You know, that is the wrong way of going about it, because then you're kind of people pleasing. Then you'll be like, well, I wonder what it is that they like doing. I'll do this hobby that I am not interested in, but they might like it. You know, just like bending and shaping ourselves. We're not showing up as ourselves. How are they going to recognize us if we're not showing up as ourselves? They're looking for someone like you. And so if you're living authentically your life, then they're going to find you, right? In the places that you want to be. I had this lesson like years and years and years ago, in that my first ever boyfriend got in touch with me again when I was, I want to say late 30s, perhaps I was early 40s. And we were getting on great, talking to each other at a distance. And I thought, well, maybe he's my partner. And I agreed to meet up, but I was going there to see him. And so I did. I upped and went there. And it was such a mistake to do that, because I knew that I didn't want to live where he was. So why would I even go there and entertain that? And when it all broke apart and it didn't work out, I'm like, why did I leave where I was really happy? Of course, my person is going to be where I'm really happy. It was just a big lesson in like realizing I need to honor myself and my choices. And of course, the one that's right for me is going to like the places that I like and all of that kind of thing. So there's a lesson here in it for you. Well, that's how it appears on the surface anyway. Like you're pulled in two directions, that you want to please someone. What's really behind that is temperance. You just need to wait for it. Wait for what? Knight of Emotions, for your person to come in. Page of Voices and the Three of Emotions. Distracted by other people. Distracted by who is around you. Page of Voices. So there's people that have got that around you, but they're not the right one for you. There's a message here that you're kind of not being yourself. You've got confusion in your energy here about like what you should do or where you should be, and it's like, well, no, you should actually be yourself and do the things that you love and like continue on your path of being 100% authentically you, doing the things that you love. Then your person's going to come in, right? So recent past energies. What energies have you been in recent past? The past card itself, Six of Emotions. So you could have been looking back into the past, reminiscing about perhaps when life was a bit easier and you were going with the flow and you were more likely to be yourself, perhaps. Or perhaps when you were even less of yourself. Perhaps you've been learning this lesson to be yourself more and more. I think we do as we go through life. I certainly, at almost 53, know myself better, and I'm unapologetically me now, and don't bend over backwards to please people at all, and really don't care if people don't like me or not. I really don't care anymore. It doesn't matter. I'm not mortally offended if people don't like me, and I'm not going to go out of my way to be liked by people too. I'm just comfortable with who I am now, and presume that it's going to be even more the case in my 60s. So you could be realizing your progression here in life. What's coming in your near future? Near future energies for flowers. Ace of Voices. It's a new idea. It's an aha. It sets you up on a new path. And there's something in this, you know how they all say, we've got to love ourselves first. And it's so true. We've got to know, how can we have a good relationship how can we take care of someone else if we're not taking care of ourselves first? How can we love someone else if we're not loving ourselves first? Like, we can't give from an empty cup, right? And how can we even have a healthy relationship if we don't know who we are, if we're not following our own bliss, if we don't know ourselves? How can we have a healthy relationship with someone that doesn't know themselves and not doing what they love as well? It's just way too much pressure. We can't make other people happy, and they can't make us happy too. But we can make ourselves happy. They can make themselves happy, and then we can come together and we can have a great relationship while we're making ourselves happy, right? And add happiness onto that. So that the extra, the cherry on the top, they just add to a great already life. So you're going to get on a new trajectory, Ace of Voices, and start something new. Perhaps with some wisdom with that owl as well. And a aha about yourself. Something here. See how she's kind of turned. She's headed in a new direction. There's rainbow hair there too. It's really nice energy. So what's this reading also about? It's about the Muse of Emotions. It's about someone that loves you. Someone that will have feelings for you. There's someone that will love you as you are. Like I said, how can we possibly find that person if we're not loving ourselves first? Because we can't show up authentically as ourselves if we don't know ourselves and what it is that we love and start loving ourselves. Then when we do that, those that can and those that choose people like us will love us. It's something that I've only really just found in the last few years in myself. And I've got a lot of really close friends now that really love me for the first time in my life and accept me as I am, because I'm doing that for myself. And it's not everyone needs to love me, but the ones that are aligned with me, they really love me and I really love them too. And it's really nice. I don't know how else to put it. It's refreshing. And it makes me look back at my life and like, why was I trying to make those relationships work when they weren't really aligned with me, and I didn't really know myself yet, and I wasn't fully loving myself yet. You know, it's just a whole lot of wasted effort until we get into alignment with ourselves, really, and then it's really easy. Then there's just people, we just ping off each other and we're just there, right? Just there, having, you know, joyful experiences together, and there's no trying about and trying to make it work. And it feels to me like you're going to bring in people like that, more people that love you just for who you are, friendships first, and then eventually the one that will actually want to have a relationship and build something. One of them's going to want that eventually, you know, if you're being authentic. And not everyone, like I said, not everyone's going to love you, but say 5% of the people around you, you will have that real good connection with, and then one of them is going to want a relationship. Is going to want to have a relationship and build a relationship, right? Okay. What are your fears? Fears. 10 of emotions. It's like it's not a possibility for your heart to be truly happy, for you to get fulfillment in relationships. I think you need to imagine it. So something that I've noticed now is, like, I do have these really close friendships, and I'm also sporadically dating, and the dating thing is just not the same, and it makes me think, like, I don't want to date, I just want to meet people in real life and get those connections that are really built up and are really solid. Then dating just seems so plastic and fake to me now. Just not, it's not a patch on those real relationships that I've got. So 10 of emotions, it might be the kind of same thing for you here. It's coming up in your fears, so it's like, I'm not going to be fulfilled. You will be. You will be, but you're on this trajectory, like everyone is, of learning to love yourself first and be authentically you. So what are you hoping for? Hopes. The Emperor, Ace of Emotions, Divine Masculine, and falling in love. So you've got a belief that there's the person for you. And I think you could be right here, because you've got that love match there in the world. But that's holding you back, is that they're not around at the moment. I don't know. I feel like you just need to be on this path, making all those friendships that are really right for you, your tribe. You know, if you're feeling tribeless at the moment, then keep on the path you're on and bring your tribe in first. It's on the way to the romantic relationship. We don't get the romantic relationship first and then that. It's the tribe is on the way to that. Okay, so, and personally, my tribe, they're doing Muay Thai here on this island specifically. Now, on my way to that, I've been doing Muay Thai for about 7 years now. On my way to that, I had to heal because I was a victim of violence, a lot of violence in my childhood. And so I was really averse to violence. And I thought these kind of things were violent. It's actually not. It's more of a combat slash, what do you call it? Like judo and things like that. Anyway, it's actually less violent than anything else. People that have more control over themselves. It's channeled into something positive. So, but I had to heal that aversion first and realize that, you know, I don't need to fear these things. And I was negating a part of myself in doing so. Anyway, you're on a healing path here, and to really uncovering who you are and being aligned with that and bringing people in. There is somebody for you. They're not in your vicinity at the moment. You're not in the vicinity of that vibration at the moment, but that doesn't mean that there's no hope. So let's get your outcome cards out. Now I'm going to get a full progression of outcome cards out for you for the full story, but I'll only be revealing the first in this video. The rest of the cards I will be revealing in the deeper dive read, the extended reading. So if it sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that for even more. In that deeper dive, I'll also be getting cards out from these decks back here to give you more guidance. We'll get into your person's energy as well that's coming in. Yeah, and let's find out more about them and timelines and things like that. 1, 2, 3, then what? 4. Nice. 5. Oh, 5. 6. Interesting. Let's get one more out, at least. Wow, these outcome cards are giving you a clear path ahead. It's almost like this private readings that I do. Oh, cool. Private readings that I do, there's one particular type that I do that's called your next steps reading, and it's the next 5 steps to give you, like, if you're the kind of person that likes steps like that, that's what you've got coming up in these outcome cards. Things to focus on along the way, you know. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you've got 7 outcome cards here. First one is the 7 of emotions. Right, the 7 of emotions is about confusion about choices. Like this one has got like a shark fin on it. This one, you know, there's a confusion about how you're choosing what it is that you're choosing. There's a confusion about, should I be able to choose my one right now? Should you? Or is it just further down the path? You know what it's like. We all know, we've already all experienced this. We go through life and then there's lessons and lessons, and then someone shows up and we have a relationship, we learn lessons, and then we're alone again and we're doing lessons, and then someone shows up. We can't force that someone showing up. It just happens, right? All we can do is carry on along our path and trust the universe and the timing of when the relationships are right for us coming in along that path. The path is much more diverse. It's not like we've got a career path and we've got a relationship path and I should be able to just focus on the relationship path and make that happen. It's a life path. And it's got, you know, maybe a job that will bring you this lesson or the next step, or maybe a relationship then. We can't force any of it. So there's confusion about choices here because it feels like you're trying to force your next step to be relationship. And it's not. Let me tell you, it's not. Because of these cards here. So if you are interested in finding out what they are and all the rest of it and all that guidance, then you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully, because you get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the flower on a device that you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video, and when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, then just try it on a different device and it will. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click like before you click off down there. Click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw too. So good luck with winning those. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. Coming with me to that deep dive for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly. If you chose the shell along with the Tarot of Mystical Moments, then this one's for you. Let's give you a full Celtic Cross spread for your love life and see what's going on or what the guides want to tell you about. Now, as usual, shells, there's going to be a deeper dive to this. That's an extended reading that goes with it. So if you find that it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, then you might want to get that for even more. If you do, toward the end of the reading, we'll be popping a link for it up there. You can also find a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. So, 2 cards out. Let's see what your reading is all about. The first card that came out for you is the Devil card. Oh, temptations, obsessions. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles, it's kind of, can be a materialistic kind of card, a big offer. It's feeling a bit fearfulness. The Devil card comes from fears. This could be about you wanting someone, say, with a lot of money, someone that's got a lot to offer in that kind of a way. It could be about, and that's coming from fear, right? A fear of lack. Could be about you wanting someone successful because there's a fear of lack there. The devil is fear. And whenever we're looking for like abundance or someone with money or something like that, it's coming from a place of fear. Because true abundance, it just flows and it's just always there. It's that the difference between knowing that we're being taken care of and trusting in that, or going in pursuit of money, or someone that's got money because I need to take care of myself and I'm worried that I can't, and so I need to like stockpile the money. It's the difference. That's the difference. True abundance isn't that. So you've got a fear here coming up and it's affecting your love life. Wanting someone that makes a big offer, and the universe will probably be going like, you don't really want that though. That's got nothing to do with relationships. What you're doing. We've each got our own connection with source and source energy, and therefore abundance. And it comes when we are in alignment with ourselves. So, what is crossing you in all of this? Now, yeah, okay, I'll say that. Just 10 of Swords, painful endings. Right, so what I needed to say then is there could be like societal beliefs that have you questioning this. It's like, well, what about the days when women didn't have their own connection with source energy and abundance, where they didn't have rights, and like an old-fashioned kind of the man makes the money, takes care of the woman, that kind of thing. The woman takes care of the man by doing the things, taking care of the children, all that kind of stuff. So there's still alignment there. However, the times that we're in right now is better, where we've got more freedom, but we are finding our way in the changes. Both men and women, we're finding our way within those changes. It is better. Having more freedom to pursue our own paths is better. There's many people, not many women that were able to do that, right? And they were very much breaking the rules in order to do that. So just that aside, I get the whole traditional relationship path thing of all of that, and you might be kind of leaning on that, but I am telling you with that devil card there, really it's about fear of lack. You might be telling yourself a story that you just want a traditional relationship, and there might be many things about traditional relationships, as in somebody taking care of you, taking you out on a date, just like doing that, the traditional trajectory of a relationship doesn't mean you're looking for someone that is going to supply for you and the abundance. The devil card is saying it's coming from fear, and whenever something's coming from fear, it's not alignment. It's anti-alignment. Anyway, what's crossing you? 10 of Swords, painful endings before. Okay, so this is more about what you've been through, of course, the baggage that you've got. So you've had relationships in the past. Probably you were the provider. Were you paying all the bills? Were they not doing very much? I know I've had that before. There seems to be a lot of men out there that want a mother. They don't want you to just take care of them in the home. They want you to make all the money too and pay all the bills and just do everything for them like a mother. There seems to be a lot of disempowered guys out there like that. And so you might have had an experience like that, and it's like, I definitely don't want that experience anymore. Let's go to the opposite. Let's find someone that's got plenty of money, is really successful, and they can take care of me for a change, and that's a reaction. It's a fear reaction, right? We don't want to do that. That's going like, oh, I want the exact opposite. And then we'll find that actually it's the balance that we want. We're always headed toward balance, not those extremes like, oh, this one is completely that, I'm going to go for completely the opposite. That is the roller coaster, and that is a rocky ride, white knuckle job. So we don't want the exact opposite, even though it might feel that way. You would just get the opposite lesson, right? The extremes, not a place to be. Balance is where it's at. So how do things appear on the surface, on the face of it? The Four of Pentacles, like you're holding your energy back. It's like, that's not good enough, that's not good enough, you're not good enough, you're not successful enough, you don't have enough money. I'm exaggerating for a fact, of course, but the Four of Pentacles is like, no. I'm no longer, and that's a good thing, I'm no longer giving out to those that just want me to be the provider, for sure, right? We don't want to do that anymore. So what is the balance? But what's really behind that is Six of Pentacles. You want reciprocation, right? Page of Pentacles. Page of Pentacles, start of a relationship. Someone starting something up, offering something. Very different than the Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles is like, I want someone to offer me everything at the start. Is that healthy? No. Think about it the other way around. You want to offer everything to someone? Like, just as you get into, you haven't even got to know them yet, you offered them yourself. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. That's like, if there could be a narcissist, there could be anything. Page of Pentacles is offering the right amount at the right time. Just enough at the start. Enough. Getting to know each other. Just enough. Not offering too much too soon. Six of Pentacles, and it's like building up that reciprocation. It's completely different than the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is a giant offer. Someone would have to be insane to do that, right? Or wanting to control the other person, or realizing that they could control the other person. It doesn't matter who they choose. If they offer enough, they've got control over them. Imagine doing that, right? You just meet someone. Say you've got the money. You just meet someone, you're like, I'm just going to wing it. I'm just going to say yes to them, offer them the world. Don't even know them yet, but I'm just going to offer them everything that I've got. You would only do that if you've got tight control over your own stuff, and you'll have control over that person too. It's not what you want. Believe me, it's not what you want. So, someone that can start things off with you at an appropriate level, offer you like a sane amount at the start that can grow to something else. So it's a good thing in a way that you're holding your energy back there, Four of Pentacles. But it's not a good thing that you're holding yourself back for the giant offer, because really you're going to get a hard lesson from that. So, recent past energies. What have your recent past energies been? Careful what you wish for. Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is about getting back what it is that you're worth. So this is an energy of it. So you might have realized that you've been in relationships that weren't offering enough. Yeah, for sure. And realizing what your worth is, and that you do deserve back from what you can put into a relationship. It feels like an energy of realization there of what you're worth. Eight of Pentacles, because Eight of Pentacles is about getting paid what you're worth. Ah, yes. You might have been realizing that you deserve way more in life, abundance-wise. And that could be why you're reaching for it in someone else. It's like, well, the men have it, right? Because they have been, the men get paid more. They still do. There is a discrepancy there still. You might be struggling. I know, like women's things, they're just not paid as much, you know, even though they're very important. It's not like they're less valuable, really. Often more valuable. Who cares about a piece of plastic, something, whatever that people are making? Why should they get paid more for producing that than someone that's taking care of people and sorting people out emotionally, you know, and healing and stuff like that? Makes no sense to me, but that is the paradigm we're living in at the moment, and we just got to value ourselves more and what it is that we offer. And it feels like that's what you've been doing, you're realizing. The answer is not, though, to be controlled by masculine, to hand the power over. Okay, what's coming in the near future? The Lovers and the Five of Cups. Okay, the Lovers, self-evident. So you got someone coming in, but the Five of Cups, it's coming from a sense of lack. Now, this is what I'm getting. You see, you've got this sense of lack, looking at the past, at what you've missed. So someone comes in and they could trigger you, and it's like, oh, they've got more of that stuff going on. Like my ex, they've got that stuff going on. It's like you're triggered by it. More of the same. It's like, I see this thing in them and I don't want that again. It's this Ten of Swords energy, that painful ending. They don't have enough to offer me. That's what you'll be thinking anyway. You'll be coming from your fear of lack, of what's missing mind. Not the best place to be coming from when someone comes in. So you do have someone coming in, perhaps to show you, perhaps it's a lesson. What else is this reading about? It's about the Devil and the Ace of Pentacles. literally as well. The ones that will offer you a lot of like narcissist, devil kind of people. A lot of, or controlling, or there's really, be wary of that. It's also about a fool. It's like a new start. It's being courageous, going for something different, new, starting again, being okay to start again, down a new track. Okay. So what are your fears? Lack, obviously. Lack of reciprocation as well. Oops, wrong. Page of Swords and the Three of Cups have come out here. The Page of Swords is about, again, a page. It's the start of things. It's wisdom, starting again, but not from scratch, from what you've learned. So it's kind of a fear of starting again. Three of Cups, this is about third parties. It's about betrayal. It's about, yeah, other people getting involved. Perhaps polyamory or things like that. Betrayal, anyway. So that you've got needing a new start here to set off on a new path, but then there's this fear of doing so. Perhaps you're not realizing you've learned more than you think. You got this. You don't need to go backwards. What are you hoping? Your hopes. King of Wands and the Knight of Wands. Oh, a lot of passion. So you're hoping King of Wands to come in, passionate, charismatic. They dance to the beat of their own drum. They claim what it is that they want. Making a move on your Knight of Wands, with passion, that kind of thing. Spicy. Okay, let's get your outcome cards out. So I'm going to get a full progression of outcome cards out, because we want the full story, right? But I'm only going to reveal the first of them in this reading, in this video. The rest of them I'll be revealing in the deeper dive read. The extended reading that goes with this. In that extended reading, I'll also be getting cards out of here, these decks back here as well, to give you more guidance. Perhaps tapping into this lover's energy. Let's find out all about them, this person that's coming into your life. Lessons that they've got for you, or whatever they've got about them. 1, 2. We'll get possible timings out too. Get messages from that person that's coming in. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, to remember that message that I just got with that card. 5. Nice. That's more like it. 6. I just need one more, please. Oh, God. Let's try that again. A chunk of like 10 cards fell out. There you go. Yes. Okay. 7 outcome cards. First of them being the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is like, I don't know. And this is your energy, right? And it's a good thing of the I don't know. Universe guide me because I don't know. Let's put it this way. Through life, we tend to be reactive. And so we experience one thing. It's like a friend told me years and years ago that if you like loud music, your parents didn't. They used to turn it down, you'd turn it up. It's always opposites, and every generation does that. But we choose the opposite, right? And I see that too in when I meet people and they say, oh, we had nothing when I was growing up, and so now I make a lot of money because I wouldn't want to have that experience too. And then people that are grown up around a lot of money go, no, I need to follow my heart and I'm not that bothered about the money. And they do the opposite, right? And so we've got this going on, and we have it going on within ourselves too. It's like we have an experience, and it's an extreme experience when I want the exact opposite of that. And then we go on this roller coaster, right, of opposites until we realize like this is exhausting. And neither extreme is right until we learn and we bring it down and we go for more of a balance, right? A balance between the two is where it's at, always, in everything. And Two of Swords is a really good place to be for you, and specifically, because it's like, I don't know. It's the I don't know. It's grounding. It is humble. It is, I don't need to know. I can trust the universe. I can trust my path. I can trust in the unfolding of this. I'm learning everything that I need to know. I'm experiencing these things. There's something here about being passed down from your family as well. You are experiencing extremes so you can find your way to the balance, and there's nothing going wrong here. You're on your path. You don't need to know, is what this is saying. You don't need to know. And if you can surrender to that, there's a surrender in this. A surrender to the I don't know. It's very freeing. When we heap all of the burdens on ourselves, like, I need to know, I need to figure this all out, I like, there's no universe backing me up, I'm doing it all myself. That is exhausting. This is surrender. Surrender to the I don't know. Best place to be. Now, then you've got all of these. If you want to find out what they are, if this sounds like it is your story, could be a story, want it to be a story, you might want to get that deeper dive for even more. If you do, I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for that in the description box and in the comments below. It's 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars right now, and it's an instant watch kind of a thing. You do need to type your email address in very carefully. Get that wrong, you won't receive it. Now, the email, it might end up in your inbox, but it might end up in your spam, junk, or promotions folder. Do check those places. In that email, you will see a link to the crystal, the flower, and the shell. Click on the shell. On your device, you can open PDFs with. In that PDF, amongst other things, you'll see a picture of a video. And when you click on that, if it doesn't take you right away to a video, just try it on a different device, and it will. So thank you so much for watching. And don't forget to click like. Before you click off down there, click that subscribe button if you're new, and leave a comment. That'll get you an entry into that prize draw for a free reading with me at the end of the month. As we'll get in that deeper dive as well, that'll get you entered into the second prize draw. So good luck with winning that. But if this is where you're leaving me, good luck with all of this. If you're coming with me to that deeper dive read for even more, then I'll see you in there very shortly.